在方寸之地，碾落做成泥。冷眼照风雨，楚河我自知己，叹命运。只见众生如雨，黄沙淘尽，旧梦醒。迢迢剑如织，举中指，算如意，无不现重影。纵使真剑气，一命破残局。举中计，冷落雨，缓缓虚实境。天地作前人，红尘的过去。
They came well prepared. They mean to trap us like rats.
Report! Report!
The Northern Desert has stationed 1,500 troops at the North Gate, and at the East, West, and South Gates, 500 troops each. Not many.
Seriously?
Wangcheng has only 500 garrison troops. How can we defeat 3,000 elite troops from the Northern Desert? The battle hasn't even begun. Stop spoiling the morale. Do you think the 300 soldiers I brought along are good for nothing? Wangcheng, sheltered by Yunzhang Prefecture, has grown soft. How could your defenses be this lax?
Not even 800 could withstand 3,000! Nonsense.
Those 800 soldiers could rout all 3,000 of them.
If you disrupt morale again, I'll offer your head to our banner.
So many troops crossed the border, yet not a single word leaked out.
Who else could it be but Xiao Xun? He opened the gates to foreign aggression.
Since they stationed 500 troops at the east, west, and south gates each, as long as we concentrate our forces and break out from the south gate, there is a chance
to escort your highness out. Exactly, Zhao. Leave now, and we will hold the rear.
Even at the cost of my life, I will get you out of the city. Number. I cannot leave. We cannot let the people of Wangcheng fall victim to the enemy's blades, nor can we let Xiao Xun's scheme succeed. Wangcheng lies behind Yunzhang. If the northern desert takes Wangcheng, the Lord of Shaonan will surely seize the chance to march. They will then be able to pincer Yunzhang Prefecture.
By then, the State of Chu will inevitably plunge into chaos, allowing Xiao Xun to usurp the throne. Therefore,
Wangcheng must not fall, and I shall not leave.
Are you all right?
Madam, Jade, what brings you here?
And who are you people?
Wangcheng's gates have been completely sealed by the Northern Desert's troops. How did you enter? This is Mr. Ji, leader of Kangmu Stronghold, and this is Madam Ji.
Kangmu Stronghold! There. Bandits.
Yeah.
We broke in through the east gate. There were roughly 500 Northern Desert soldiers there.
Madame Jie, you came at the perfect time.
If you need anything, just say the word.
Let's return to the Yamen for discussion.
Did you tell her?
Not a single word.
Madame Jade, you have come to our aid once again. I am truly in your debt. To fight against the pursuers from Shaonan, we brought trouble upon you.
Now, with Wangcheng in grave danger, we are dragging you into this yet again. You don't have to say that. Bandits as we are, we do have a sense of honor.
With the enemy upon us, our fates are tied.
My promise to you all stands forever. We will never forget it.
Your Highness is quite right. I searched the city and discovered over a dozen Northern Desert soldiers and some weapons. They have all been seized.
Mr. Zhao, the defense map.
The Northern Desert's troops advanced through Xiaonan. Its mountain paths are treacherous, forcing them to travel light with their supplies and baggage. Therefore, compared to us, they will be far more agitated.
Indeed. Just now on the city wall, the sound of the galloping was indeed erratic.
Thus, they are desperate to take Wangcheng. They need a stronghold to resupply.
Then launch a pincer attack on Yunzhong. If Xiao Xun leads, the forces of Xiaonan Prefecture to reinforce the Northern Desert. What should we do?
I know Xiao Xun. Since he wants to use the Northern Desert as his weapon, he will wait until the strike draws blood before coming into the light. He is waiting for their troops to occupy Wangcheng. The troops' passage through Xiaonan
is the very proof of his sincerity to the Northern Desert. Therefore, his men will not make any move for the time being. 3,000 against 800. They still hold the upper hand. Wangcheng's defense resources are limited. How are we to win?
My father once said that fighting a war has never been about who has more troops. Now, I'll let them see how the State of Chu defeats overwhelming odds.
Well said. Your Highness, what plan do you have in mind?
Jay, have you scouted out the enemy's provisions and water supply?
To the east of Wangcheng, there is a stream. That is their water supply. To the west lie their provisions. Their sentries are posted only in the open.
Mr. Zhao, are there any branches or gorges upstream?
You want to cut off their water supply?
There is a waterway 5 li outside the city. It dries up every dry season. Diverting the water is feasible, but we cannot dispatch laborers there right now.
Leave this to me.
What is your plan?
Don't forget. We can use phone whistles to contact our people outside the city and have them take action at the waterway overnight.
Then I'll leave that to you.
You just mentioned the secret passage at the west gate. The passage
leads right to this place. However, it was built during the late Emperor's reign and has long been abandoned.
Jiu, you said that their provisions are on the west side, right?
Correct.
Then even if it is an abandoned passage, we can still turn it to our advantage. Mr. Zhao, pass down the order.
All citizens must shut their doors. Any contact with the outside city is forbidden. Yes.
Furthermore, move all defense resources and provisions entirely to the south gate.
The enemy has the most troops at the north gate, yet you are stacking the resources at the south gate instead. It is a diversion.
Right.
The city gates are all sealed. How are you going to pass a message?
To lure the enemy into attacking the south gate. With 3,000 troops besieging the city, they must assume the people inside are panicked and wavering. If, at this moment, someone defects with our defense map, do you think they'll believe it?
Desperate to breach the city, they won't be able to resist.
But my act of cowardice won't fool them.
I'll go.
You are just a scout. How can you win the enemy's trust?
Your Highness should know very well why I can win their trust. Shouldn't you?
It has little chance of survival. Have you thought it through?
I have.
But I have one condition! Insolent!
With a formidable enemy upon us, how dare you propose conditions? I know what you want. If we win this battle and you come back alive, I will petition His Majesty to grant you a title.
Will the enemy truly believe the false intelligence he brings?
Number. What I want him to take is the real defense map. After all, I did move the provisions to the south gate. Nothing wins trust more easily than a lie woven with truth. Madam Jack, contact your men outside the city first. Once the enemy verifies the defense map brought by Wangcheng, they will reinforce the south gate. The defenses at the west gate will be weakened. Chill. Mr. G, under the cover of night, leave the city by the secret passage, then burn their supplies and shatter their morale. Mr. Zhong, Madam J, watch for the fire as your signal. Once the enemy is in total chaos, lead our 800 elite soldiers out from the north gate to smash them. Crush their main camp in one fell swoop, then rout the scattered troops one by one.
Understood. Understood.
This battle is perilous. Everyone, please be careful.
Yes. Yes.
General,
Should we launch the attack from the east and west gates, and then lead the main force to crush the north gate?
Report! We captured a spy at the south gate.
General, I have come to present Wangcheng's defense map. They have only 500 garrison troops, all with outdated equipment and a lack of training. The water supply east of Wangcheng has been cut off. It will dry up completely within a day. All the city's provisions lie in the south. Right now, the defenses in the south are at their weakest, attacking from the south gate.
We'll ensure a swift capture of Wangcheng. Why would a turncoat like you help us?
Because of a palace coup, my entire clan was unjustly exiled. The State of Chu treats me like worthless chaff. Why should I remain loyal to it?
Then what is your demand?
If we successfully breach Wangcheng, I am willing to assist you, General, in attacking Yongzhong Prefecture to replace Chu Ling.
This is a diversion. You want to draw us to the south gate, huh?
Deceitful rat. You deserve to die!
Report!
General, the scouts report that Wangcheng's provisions are being moved to the south gate.
Take him down.
Move half the troops from the east and west gates to the south gate, and breach the city immediately!
Yes! Yes!
Hold the gate!
Stand fast! I will reward 5 liang to everyone!
Get over here!
Quick! Quick!
Hold the gate! Brace yourselves!
General!
The granary is on fire. The State of Chu has burned our granary.
What?
It is a trap. We've been duped!
Hear my command.
Tonight, we must burn the city and seize their provisions! Yes, General! Yes, General!
Kill!
Soldiers! Let's trample the enemy's camp!
Report! Report! The Northern Desert has retreated. We slaughtered 2,000 of their men, though at a cost of 300 of our own. General Zhong has led the troops back to the city.
Good. Magnificent. Where is Xie Yanlai ma?
There is no word yet.
I promised I'd come back alive.
Victory at Wangcheng! The Grand Princess crushes the Northern Desert invaders! Victory at Wangcheng! The Grand Princess crushes the Northern Desert invaders! Victory at Wangcheng! The Grand Princess crushes the Northern Desert invaders! Victory at Wangcheng! The Grand Princess crushes the Northern Desert invaders!
Miss Tang, what is going on?
Why did Her Highness suddenly go to the frontier? This has been weighing on my heart for a long time. Today, I can finally speak of it. Do you know what Her Highness was doing while the entire capital was cursing my uncle?
For incompetent leadership and being too cowardly to advance. What was she doing?
She rode a vast distance to save Wangcheng, crushing the Northern Desert's troops. Crushing the Northern Desert's troops. This is what the Chu clan does. We defend the nation, heedless of blame or death. We do not speak of it. We act.
Number. You cannot stay silent anymore. You bore it all. When General Chu was slandered, but now Her Highness has achieved a glorious victory. She must not be forgotten.
Tang,
Hold a banquet at the Chu mansion and send out the invitations. Let everyone in the capital come to praise Her Highness, and let those who love to gossip behind her back take a good look at what kind of extraordinary figure Her Highness truly is.
I will head back right now and have my father write a memorial of congratulation. What is wrong with you? She deserves a congratulatory memorial. She is a Grand Princess after all. Yes, a congratulatory memorial. Indeed, let's go.
My princess. You do not fight for fame, but you will have.
every bit of the glory you deserve.
Your Majesty.
This morning, a top urgent dispatch arrived. It reports that Her Highness has relieved the siege of Wangcheng and crushed the northern desert forces. Her Highness absented herself on the pretext of illness.
Yet she violated palace decrees by fleeing to fight at the frontier. This is sheer absurdity. Mr. Deng and Mr. Shar as imperial counselors.
To permit such misconduct is a dereliction of duty.
They ought to.
Ought to what? Ministers, may I remind you?
His Majesty was saved by none other than Her Highness, who rode into battle to slay the rebels. Her Highness privately mobilized the army? What does she take the loss to be?
As regent, how could you allow this indulgence?
Indulgence? I would ask you all instead. Who was it?
Who stood in this very court and vehemently denounced the incompetence of the Guard General? And who was it?
Who petitioned daily for reinforcements? Now that Her Highness has lifted the siege on the frontier, you are suddenly displeased.
Preposterous! Since when has the State of Chu relied upon women to lead armies? If we have truly come to such a pass, though old and frail, I would gladly march to my death.
When His Majesty first ascended the throne, it was Her Highness who slew the traitors to protect him. By that right alone, she may defend the frontier. If you are truly devoted to the state, you are welcome to depart immediately for the frontier. Mr. Deng and I shall certainly not hinder you. Please, calm your wrath. It was merely a suggestion.
Ministers! Lend ear to my words. I owe my survival in troubled times to the Grand Princess's protection. She is the daughter of Guard General Chu Ling. Though a woman, she is valiant and skilled in warfare. Thus, my grandfather bestowed upon her as Grand Princess of State, so she might continue to safeguard my security. As the Son of Heaven, I preside over the Imperial City, unable to go to the frontier to save the state and protect the people. Therefore, I requested the Grand Princess to go to the frontier to relieve my burden. This is no absurdity. It was the late Emperor's decree. Let no official presume to speculate further. The Grand Princess leaving the palace was by my command. However, how did 3,000 Northern Desert soldiers suddenly appear at Wangcheng? They bypassed our entire frontier and pressed straight to the city wall. Mr. Deng! Yes, Your Majesty, order the Ministry of War to investigate. From whence did these soldiers come? Is it a lapse in our frontier defenses, or... This matter must be accounted for to the fallen soldiers.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Let there be no further debate or censure on this matter. The Grand Princess's great victory is a joyous occasion for the state. It warrants celebration.
Congratulations to Your Majesty! Congratulations to Your Majesty! And to Her Highness! And to Her Highness!
Zhao. Finally, I can protect you.
Zhao won the highest merit. In the great victory at Wangcheng, I will surely hold my head high before Mr. Deng. Even so, I showed this respect to him before. It would not be surprising if he took offense. According to Zhao, he is a sly fox, but a dutiful son. Currying favor with his mother is the best way to win him over.
Miss Tang, to what do I owe the pleasure? Did you come because of Her Highness's victory, just to gloat before my eyes?
Not at all. I heard your mother has had a persistent cough, so I brought some chuanbei. Zhao told me.
Is that Miss Chu?
Mother. Easy. Here.
I had the millet you sent. Simmered into congee by the servants, paired with some pickled vegetables.
It truly tastes like my hometown. Old madam, I am Chu.
I know. Chu Zhao. Yi!
Mother.
Miss Chu came here again and again with gifts. How could you not even offer a cup of tea?
Mother. This is Chu Tang, not Xiao Zhao.
Old madam, I am Zhao's elder cousin. My name is Chu Tang.
Chu.
I came specifically to pay my respects to you. Help the old madam back for her medicine. Go.
Mother.
It is time you took your medicine.
All right.
The young ladies of the Chu family are both good girls.
Do not miss this opportunity.
Miss Chow, do visit again. They are both good girls.
Good girls. Old madam must have misunderstood something.
My mother is sometimes a bit confused. My apologies.
Since the gifts have been delivered, I shall not intrude any further.
Farewell.
Zhao has foiled my plans once again.
After this battle, the Northern Desert King lost over 2,500 men. The surviving soldiers seek passage through Shonan Prefecture to return to the Northern Desert.
Since they have been defeated, those survivors need not go back. Your Highness, you mean? Slaughter every last one of them. The court wishes to investigate. Then we'll let them find nothing but dead ends. Should the Northern Desert King learn our hand was behind this, dead men tell no tales. Those remnants may not survive the journey back. And even if some escape, who could prove it was our doing?
Yes.
Zhao, you trampled upon my heart. Then do not blame me for showing you no mercy hereafter.
Mr. Shah, Her Highness has dispatched riders to report the victory at Wangcheng back to the capital with all haste. It seems her ambitions run deep.
All of this is fact, with not a word of exaggeration. It was she who led the troops and routed the Northern Desert's forces, delivering the people of Wangcheng. A merit this great deserves to be proclaimed far and wide. It would settle the hearts of the people and bring stability to the realm.
Were she a man, there would be nothing wrong with this. Were she a general, even if it was Chu Ling, there would be nothing wrong with it either.
But she is
a woman. And now that she has become the Grand Princess, should she not remain in the capital, living out her days in virtuous nobility? Why must she seek such glory on the battlefield? She rules alongside His Majesty and attends the court with His Majesty. At every turn, she stands before the ministers.
And now, she intends to stand before the whole world. Clearly,
she refuses to know her place and means to usurp the throne. She is obviously taking advantage of Yu's age.
What is there to be vexed about?
What she guards with her life
is Yu's state. Technically, I am her uncle too. We're family. Right? Yanlai was right, though. She is sharper than I imagined.
In defense of Wangcheng, 800 soldiers marched out, but barely 500 returned.
Yet, the tens of thousands of its people survived.
Behind every fallen soldier are children waiting for their fathers, aging mothers straining for a glimpse of their sons, and wives aching for their husbands. But they are never coming back.
Your father once told me,
that we wage war. Only so that more people may live. I too once sought death. But it was he who showed me the purpose of staying alive. The living will greet a better tomorrow. But they will forever remember those who fell. This is the meaning of their sacrifice. Their deaths are the fault of war and of these chaotic times. Not yours. Shah.
In broad daylight, how can you lynch him? They're killing him casually.
Zhao, be good.
Perhaps you don't know what your name means to me. But just as dawn always drives away the night, you saved me. After you left, I kept searching for you wherever your trail led. Back then, I thought, if I couldn't survive, dying where you were wouldn't be so bad.
So, 发的要慢，我行。
Zhao, you were the one who pulled me out of the abyss. It was you who gave me a reason to live. You always asked me why I kept saying I owed you. This is the reason. So, from now on, my life
is yours.
Your merits are reported. Your name has been cleared, and rewards will follow.
How is the situation outside the city, Your Highness?
The remnants are cleared. 3 northern desert maps are seized.
Wangcheng wouldn't have held without your efforts.
General Zhong has transferred me to the Vanguard Battalion. I am immensely grateful.
The Wei Village. What is the meaning of this marking?
I do not know. But since the Northern Desert Scouts made this mark, it stands to reason that this village must hold some significance.
That name sounds familiar.
Please help us! Someone help! Please save us!
Leaving already.
I am no soldier. Guarding the city is not my job. Take good care of her, will you?
Of course I will. I've watched her grow up.
Is he doing well?
He is alive.
If he passes away, send for me at once.
Are you leaving? I owe you a great debt for your aid this time. I was hoping you might return with us to Yunzhong Prefecture.
Number, I have been away from the stronghold too long. It is time I returned. If you need me ever again, send word to Kenyu Stronghold.
I believe it all depends
on the situation in Wangcheng.
Report! General, a great victory at Wangcheng. Her Highness led the army and drove back the Northern Desert Vanguard. Over 1,000 enemies slain.
A strong father raises no weak daughter. Present the dispatch.
General, Her Highness fought a glorious battle.
We should welcome her return in triumph. She has brought such honor to us, indeed.
General, Her Highness's arrival at Yunzhong Prefecture is a great boost to morale. I will ready the ceremonial guard right now. Exactly.
No need. The one returning is not the Grand Princess, but my daughter. Otto, I am willing to lead the light cavalry to escort Miss Zhao back. She knows the roads better than any of you. Go and rest your troops. Do not delay the greater matters at hand. You may withdraw.
Yes! Yes!
wish I could see you. 招。
断肠苦事曾受，嫌你招，偏要生云霄，摘下傲骨血肉成胶。星火在缝隙间熬，烈焰中咆哮，把寒夜烧出破晓。命运困我于囚牢，也不想向原地头求饶。总是有风渺渺，我自桀骜，浮游鱼肚沧海，不问今朝，不问结局，我已信我道。无需路遥，流萤生于浮草，也要燃烧。指尖冲破天光一道，让这满身伤痕成为我心的骄傲。宫阙九重暗角，只为人笑。纷纷扰扰，人间惊恐把你照照。星火在缝隙间熬，烈焰中咆哮，把寒夜烧出破晓。命运困我于囚牢，也不想向原地头求饶。总是有风渺渺，我自桀骜，浮游鱼肚沧海，不问今朝，不问结局，我已信我道。无需路遥，流萤生于浮草，也要燃烧。指尖冲破天光一道，让这满身伤痕成为我心的骄傲。